Dr. JD, go.
This is Edward Wallline. Today is the 22nd day of March 2022, and adult still unlawfully incarcerated in the Sumter County Detention Center in Lecanto, Florida, retiring in disgrace under FBI investigation. Judge Richard A. Howard, who was the same judge in 1987 who was then an assistant state attorney, who wrongfully prosecuted with fabricated evidence he knew was fabricated, to take down, on behalf of the KKK, Florida's first black police chief. His name was Edward Lynham Jr. He's still alive. He's going to be 92 years old this year. Richard A. Howard is surely the most overruled circuit judge in the history of the United States. Do the research for yourself. I'm not just saying that to say things. Not slander. It's truth. Do your research. See where he stands. He's the Jessica Lunsford Act judge. Don't just read the Jessica Lunsford Act. Pull up the Fifth District Court of Appeals opinion. See what he did. See how his incompetence, his lawlessness led to her death. Pull up my FBI complaint against him and 5 other judges at www.firsthope.media and click on the white supremacist judges link at the bottom of the page to see why his best friend is already his best friend, former retired judge in Sumter County, William Bud Hallman, retired in disgrace. Look up Richard A. Howard to see the allegations or the facts regarding his committing bribes and accepting bribes, which led to his involuntary resignation and retirement in disgrace. Folks, my innocent daughter caught in the crosshairs of Richard A. Howard's satanic hate distraction campaign. She's missed having seen her family and friends in almost 3 years. Yes, almost 3 years. My innocent daughter hasn't seen her family and her friends. If alive, my innocent daughter may need mental health therapy for the remainder of her life to cope after learning racist satanic judges for years removed her from all she knew and loved, thus to retaliate against her father for his daring run to be the first black Sumter County, Florida judge and the first elected black Fifth Judicial Circuit judge. Because that strong in this nation, it endures, and it's playing out through the most unsuspecting public officials. Our judges has just now been playing out for 4 years. I filed to run for Sumter County judge in February of 2018. We're now in March of 2022, people. Citrus County's retiring in disgrace of criminal scandal, Judge Richard A. Howard has done everything in his judicial power to defy God and nature, to protect one dumb satanic hillbilly whore, Sumter County, Florida Judge Michelle T. Morley, from criminal prosecution for fabricating evidence in Sumter County, Florida, case file number 2016 DR 136. She did it a week before my election. Read my FBI complaint on this dumb satanic Jezebel whore, her minions, and Satan. Again, at www.firsthope.media, scrolling to the bottom of the page and clicking on the white supremacist judges link so you too can read the allegations that forced Richard A. Howard's retirement, that forced Sumter County's William Bud Hallman's retirement, and that should have already resulted in Michelle T. Morley's retirement. But they're holding on for dear life. I'm in jail because they're scared, and they're trying to change the narrative. And it's only whitewashed dumb people, the Satan-inspired hooligans, who talk about any and everything but the fact that judges are fabricating evidence. They're doing everything they can to change the narrative, everything they can to try to blame something on me. Folks, only judges can fabricate evidence. The governor can't fabricate evidence. The state attorney can try to fabricate evidence, but it's up to the judges to call balls and strikes. The judges put in the final orders. Only a judge can say the sky is red. Put it in an order when the sky is actually blue, folks. We have to accept that that's what these judges are doing. It's witchcraft. It's sorcery. And only people who sympathize, only racist and white supremacists sympathize with these hooligans. Only supremacists are doing absolutely nothing. All I'm asking for you all to do is go to the website, print out that 11-page FBI complaint, and send it in anonymously with 2 stamps. That's it. That's how you help. And trust that our criminal justice system, at least the one in our federal government, because our state criminal justice system doesn't work. They're all part of the scheme protecting these judges. Because they live to defy and replace our Lord God. Did they think this Christian, me, would participate in their satanic scheme? 4 years after I filed to run for Sumter County judge, are these Satan-inspired judges still doing everything in their power to defy God and His truth with this witchcraft and sorcery? There's no account in American history of any criminals, let alone sitting judges, showing they hate God, people of color, and themselves enough to dare commit what history would show are the most demented hate crimes ever conceived. I pray for the many aware of what these judges have done and continue to do to an innocent child, my daughter, hoping it would have distracted you all from learning and understanding the truth. I ask you to pray for my family who known this has been going on for 4 years now, that my daughter's been missing for over 3 years now. They've done nothing. They've said nothing but stick their heads and stand in shame. Christians don't do that. And that's why moving forward, I can only associate myself with other fearless, courageous Christians. And regretfully, I haven't seen many in my family. But for my deceased mother and now my 92-year-old father, the strongest people I've ever known in my life. This truth is that we've become a sadistic society that'll sit back and watch judges curse an innocent child's life to mask their hate for God, His truth, and justice. Shame on my mother's blood relatives and my professed friends, our former friends and associates, were hiding and trying to cover up the truth that she died, my mother. The truth is she died from a broken heart, unable to see her youngest grandchild for over a year. She died from a broken heart. And at her funeral, all those ministers took and helped cover it up for whatever satanic and demonic reasons. My mother died. Her death was related to not being able to see her youngest grandchild for over a year. It's that simple. It'll kill anyone. Why don't we repeat that truth? Why don't we hold those who held what they knew in silence accountable? To the minister that hijacked my mother's funeral to help the cover-up effort that amounted to the second most witness in my life. Pray Michelle T. Morley, William Bud Hallman, Daniel B. Merritt, and Richard A. Howard don't commit suicide, people, to avoid public accountability for daring by God in a way that may have strangled the life out of my innocent daughter. Seriously, folks. It's been almost 3 years. I don't even know if she's alive. No one in my family knows if she's alive. They just sitting on the sideline like they're not even related to her, like she's not even their blood. Their own blood was their last name. It's incredible. It's incredible. Matthew 24 predicts this, people. This is what's happening. We're in the last days. Pray for my daughter's blood family that has still yet mailed even anonymously a copy of the FBI complaint against the judges that I filed, that they can find on the internet, to the campus field office of the FBI in support. And thank you for those of you who have. Thank you for those who've gone onto the website and anonymously printed out and make 2 stamps on the envelope and sent it to the FBI.
And your name is Tiana, and you always have
My Christian ministry and God-given purpose of staying in this jail unjustly until you all, until you, the public, come to Jesus, that Satan is working through judges like these judges to turn us away from God and toward hell with them. The indifference, the lack of apathy, or empathy, which results in apathy, is why so many of you are just listening to my voice. Don't care that a child has been missing for almost 3 years. Look at my memoir, Lily's Dad. Paving It Forward ends describing the satanic racism I dealt with from both William Bud Holman and Michelle T. Morley after I filed papers to run to be Sumter County's first black judge. I'm living my purpose-driven life of exposing how Satan is using these dumb hillbilly judges to wage his war, their war, against our God and his truth. A little girl snatched right out of her Christian Assemblies of God church. Yeah, my daughter, she's surely praying that you all listening to my voice join the right side of this war, that you get off the sideline. No child, no human deserves the rendering of this type of psychological pain that they are dishing out. No child deserves to be the collateral damage, especially from sitting judges who are waging a public war against God and his know it. I pray for all of you who, despite reading the FBI complaint, still have questions. Although there's not enough facts and information in there for you to read and understand what's going on for yourself, I pray for you all who lack the discernment to figure, because you won't read. I pray for you all who are just indifferent, who only know to call other people up on the telephone and be like, hey, did you hear this?
1 minute
Did you
left.
hear what's going on? For those of you who have done nothing, I pray for you all. This is your opportunity to be part of something. www.firsthope.media. Scroll to the bottom of the page. Click on the white supremacist judges link. Read the FBI complaint. Print it out. And mail a copy into the FBI Tampa field office anonymously. Request. This is coming to an end. So be part of it. God bless you. Shalom.
The caller has hung up.
That one's Sandy.